Hiya Dan, great to meet up with you at weekend and start working on your game again. Great work on the improvements that you made between last session and this session. If we watch it first of all from down the line on the far left, massively improved action in regards to the move through the ball, much more linear movement, much better control of the club face, so the club face not closing down as quickly, which can be seen in your stats that we kept on FlightScope. The wedge play was much tidier, much tighter as the club face closure was regulated. The loft of the golf club is truer through impact, so we get less of a difference between yardages when we're hitting wedge shots. In regards to your fuller shots, the pattern or the miss pattern was tighter. It was also a more consistent pattern up the right, so we got rid of the quick hook. We do get the odd overdraw. You can see there that we're hitting out at it too much, and that was the crux of this session. It's quite a high exit, player hitting out at it a lot with a stable club face, going to hit a lot of push shots, which was pretty typical of what you were hitting at the start of the session. And once you get fed up of hitting the push, you're going to throw those hands in, and you're going to start to get some nice, nasty hooks going on. But overall, much better action than what we were seeing back end of last week. Take a little look at the problem or the issues that we covered during your session. One of the things that's been fed back to you is that the swing gets a little bit flat. The right arm's very soft. That forces the hands to work under that red line. Remember what we said, the hands should work up the red line to waist level or just beyond. Then the arm should start to work onto the yellow line. So you're a little bit below plane during the takeaway, you're below the red line. Then you keep it below the yellow line, and then you sort of stay below the yellow line a little bit. As a result, the shaft gets very much behind you coming into the golf ball. So what we've got there is we've got a plane line that's shifted to the right, so your angle of approach is too much from the inside. When a player attacks the ball too much from the inside, the arms will separate off the rib cage on the way through. The arms there swinging out too much, which causes for a very high finish. You see the arms coming out of the body very high. So what we've asked you to do here now on the far right is to feel like you're going to hit a pull. We'd initially put a cane out in front of you about 10 paces. This is something that you should do at least once every session for 10 or 15 minutes just to help shift the plane to the left. So all we've asked you to do is hit some straight pulls. Hands now working much more up hand plane, so working up the red line before getting onto the yellow line, and then working much more down the yellow line, producing a golf club that is much less behind the hands coming into impact. So we've now got a plane line that's much more neutral, angle of approach that's much less from the inside, much more down plane. Look at the difference in these next few frames. Hands leaving, raising way above the yellow line, hands staying on the yellow line as we come through. You can see as you do that, the club face rotates less, and the exit is lower as the club comes out of the body. Big difference between those two swings. Swing that through to the finish. So this on the right is you trying to hit a pull. Again, hitting the brakes at chest height was beautiful. Now this is one of my favourites. This is probably the best swing. Well, it's definitely the best swing I've seen you make, and it's possibly one of my favourite swings of the year so far. We've got a little bit more flex in the ankles as we talked about last time. We've got the right arm straighter. We've been hitting pulls for about 20 minutes at this stage, and we've just relaxed it and said, right, go ahead, put a swing on it. And we can see that the hands now work up hand plane nicely, then lift nicely onto that yellow line, onto elbow plane, which is beautiful. Good position at the top, much tighter position at the top, nowhere near as flat as what we were seeing previously. Beg your pardon. Apologies for that, we'll just leave this one up on its own now, make it simple. Working straight back down elbow plane, club perfectly in position at that point, body rotating and moving forward at a nice steady rate. And look at that for a strong impact position there now. Beautiful move through the ball, much tidier, neck not tilting around like it used to. Into an absolutely world-class finish. That's absolutely fantastic. Great swing. Good goal swing. Plenty to work on still. It's only going to keep getting better, Dan, but you've made great progress in the last few weeks. Well done, mate. See you soon.